rolling out a whole array of different products and services. Like they've even started a gym right here. Okay, a gym right here that gives you therapy on land and in water, especially for extreme sports people, or those who are really active, who are recuperating from an injury. Yeah, so they come here, they get water therapy, they get land therapy, but they come, okay? So take this as a way to become a business model for you, okay, that by aligning with one single desire that you've identified from your market, okay, you can take it much further by creating a whole range of products and services. Okay, and this is a classic example of a company called Frontside. Okay, Frontside started by a guy called Piazza, understood that in America, people wanted to protect themselves, and learning how to handle arms was an important aspect of doing that. Okay, and in Frontside, a lot of the people who come are children, families who want to know how to identify if there's danger in the midst. And with that, he's rolled out firing ranges. He's also rolled out even celebrity training ranges that attract even more people because of the publicity it generates. And to a point where now he's moved his whole business from Nevada to Alaska. And he's creating a whole community based on one single value, and that is security, personal security. And he's creating condominiums, a gated community, retail, clubs, etc., etc. Imagine the power of the HeartSell strategy that when you reach out to one single individual, one at a time, and if they all collectively come together forming a culture, people no longer move to somewhere else. I was asked to write an article for Images Retail, how I foresee the market will be for Dubai and the Gulf states in 2010. With all these developments coming on board, I think we need to start to look at buying and owning the customer relationships. You see, in America, it went through the same thing. America was, in the 60s, was open retail, and then they brought the retail into the boxes. And soon somebody found out or discovered and realized that you got to put in the entertainment into the boxes to keep the people occupied. After a while, even that was not enough. People were disenchanted. And now America is moving back to a point where the boxes are broken open. They're going back to lifestyle downtown strip malls, where people are given freedom of choices. They spend a lot less time getting in and out of the malls. They stop right there, they get the stuff, and then they go off. So think about alignment with your customers. It's a very powerful model. And that will help you to build your business, okay, sustainably as well as exponentially. Okay. Now, the fifth principle, give them an immersive environment. Okay. I'm now going to talk a bit about hardware, about how to create a concept that is hardware-based, that's environmental-based, that people go into to enjoy so that they will be engaged in there. We have had the opportunity to explore a lot of concepts with some of our clients, and this is one project in Indonesia where it's right next to the sea, where Linkin Park, one of those American heavy metal groups, was performing right next door. How many of you have heard of Linkin Park? Yeah? All right, you're my kind of people. Okay, so we're in the right auditorium with the right alignment. Okay, and they wanted to put Linkin Park into the auditorium, so we created a big auditorium on the top. But then they said, in Indonesia, did you know weddings? You know, a lot of Indonesian Chinese, they just want to get married in the mall. Oh, why? Why do they want to get married in the mall? Because they can mix business with pleasure. Business, business, business means weddings. Pleasure means shopping. So they wanted to mix weddings with shopping. And therefore, we created an experience that's just driven by one single aspiration for young people who want to get married to come in here and be given services and offerings that will enable them to come by air, land, or sea to get married in a mall. Okay, and therefore, you have a lifestyle downtown walk right there, indoor, because it's way too hot right there. Same thing with Dubai. Except that they don't even have a winter there. It's way too hot. And if you're going down there with your limousine, you can then wave to your friends and relatives, hey, I'm getting married for the 5th time. Yeah. So, so that's a good thing. Yeah. Another one that we just looked at was, remember how I told you Singapore wants to be the hub of all hubs, and they wanted to be the World Cyber Gaming Hub. This year, the World Cyber Games just went through. America won for a number of the games, and I'll just go through very quickly how this could be a venue for you just taking as an example, to be able to give an immersive environment that causes people to just get excited. When we looked at this project, we didn't look at architecture, we didn't look at planning, we looked at the mindset of the customer. What is it that drives people to spend 10 hours in front of a computer? And South Korea, somebody just died having a heart attack because he was playing too long. Yeah? What causes people to do that? And we found out that it's the challenge with oneself. And we men know that whenever we swing on the golf course, we put in a lot of effort in that. It's not just about golf clubs and about spending time talking about business. It is about something that we aspire to be, okay? And that aspiration is about the challenge with yourself. The challenge with your own mind to get better, and that's why we have a handicap in golf. So just finishing off on this one, all right, we had another, this is just examples, okay? And another example here was a hotel in Bali, where if you've been to Bali on Kuta, okay, we know of Kuta as being, oh, by the way, there was just a bomb that went off there, but that's somewhere else further up in the city area. But in Kuta, it's traditionally a budget hotel area. Okay, you don't charge rooms more than $60 US a night. But the clients wanted to move it up to $100 per night. And the regular travelers that come here are Australians. Now, we wanted to create a concept that will bring people back to the aspiration that they're looking for, wellness. That when you stay in this hotel, you don't just have an accommodation. You don't just have a beach in front of you. But right here, in the middle of the development, you have a beautiful spa that is a waterfall with an internal spa. And if you book this place, you can book one of the pavilions, and this lady, a young, beautiful Indonesian lady, will come here and give you jamu. Okay? For ladies who are looking for secrets to prolong your youth and beauty, try Indonesia. Okay? They have this thing called the jamu. Okay? So that was based on a wellness aspiration. Now, I dare say that the sixth principle is by far the most principled business model that I found to be true for a lot of the people that I know. Okay, and it's called the Blue Ocean Strategy. The Blue Ocean Strategy comes as a book written by two guys from the INSEAD Academy. But it tells you the story of Cirque du Soleil. Cirque du Soleil today is found in many countries. And in Las Vegas, they're running two at the same time. Now, Cirque du Soleil was started by a guy called Guy Lalibert about 15 years ago, who understood that the circus industry was going down. There was way too much competition. And how do I reinvent myself to create new markets? He went in to dissect the whole business and found out where his costs were going to that were not what people wanted. You see, too often in our business models today, we put too much money into things that we think the customers want, but that's not what they want. Okay, I'm going to bring you through this decision-making strategy in a short while and help you to identify, what your customers really want. Okay, so Guy Lalibert then decided, I'm going to take out all the animals because the animals are not generating money. The children don't watch it anymore because they don't want to see lions being whipped, okay? So he changed it all and put people in the costumes so that they look like animals now. He brought back the huge tent in the 1920s to give you the feeling of the Moulin Rouge and the whole theatric atmosphere. And he took away discount seating. Now, if I were to ask you, if you were to spend $100 US, okay, with your spouse to watch an opera or to go to Cirque du Soleil, where would you go to? Where would you go to? Anybody? Would you watch an Italian opera for $100, or would you go to Cirque du Soleil? Okay, thank you. That was not schemed, by the way. I would go to Cirque du Soleil myself too, because then I can bring along my children for the same amount of money. Okay, and be unpretentious about it, and still get a cinematic, theatric experience with opera, somebody singing in the background, but with a lot of people hanging around. Okay, and they hang around for a good reason. Okay, they're hanging around there just to show you how the acrobatics works, yeah. So Cirque du Soleil, Guy Lalibert has totally reinvented his market industry and created a blue ocean. The blue ocean is an ocean where you don't compete anymore. In the red ocean, people bleed to death competing. But in the blue ocean, you have no competition, okay? Which means to say you make the competition irrelevant. Okay, a very powerful strategy. Look out for the book. Now, so coming back to the challenge that we have for our part of the world. So how do we reinvent ourselves using some of these principles and models to create new markets? Okay, first of all, or rather the 7th principle, we got to return back to the individual and understand what the individual really wants. Okay, right now I'm going to do what I did with an individual from, okay, I was in Mumbai speaking on the same topic, and we had Manoj. Manoj, yeah, you can just say hi to everybody. Yeah, he joined me in this